and some hearts across the screen. Let's give Shavonne of Faith Talk welcome. Wave to us and let us know that you are here. Even tonight, where I know that, hey QTEL, I know that we have people from all over the world that usually stream with us. And so if you are out of town, Freeport, I know QTEL is in Freeport. I know we have Miami sometimes, we have Orlando, Chicago. Just let us know, send your flags across and let us know where you are streaming from. So welcome everyone to another session of Faith Talk. I want to get right into it. And I am so happy, this is the season finale. I'm so happy to have with me today, Shavonne Strachan. I'm so happy to have Shavonne. I met Shavonne in a very, I won't call it strange, but I was on YouTube and I actually saw a video of her sharing her story. And you know, the Lord led me to reach out to her. It was so, and I mean, it was just a short clip, but it was very inspiring. It just, even, and she said that she erased some of it, and it touched me. It did something for me, and I was like, okay, I gotta hear the rest of this story. But nevertheless, it's so good to have Shavonne with me tonight on Faith Talk. Welcome, Shavonne.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I know, and you look so beautiful tonight.
You, so do you.
Shavonne is stunning. You have to see her in person. She's a beautiful person. And so, Shavonne, how does it feel to be here? I mean, on Faith Talk, we've been talking about this for months now. How does it feel to officially be here?
I can't believe the time has gone by so fast, because when you first told me about it, I was like, plenty time, you know?
And now it just rolled right in on you.
Snuck up on me, so I'm excited.
Yes, so good to have you here. So, talk to us, Shavonne. Who is Shavonne? Just tell us a little bit about Shavonne.
Well, presently I am 30 years old. I'm currently employed at BTC as a technical associate, and I'm originally a Freeport girl.
Okay, shout out to the Freeport people. QTEL is here representing from Freeport.
I've been in Nassau about 7 years, and I think I started to tell you about my journey coming here. That was not easy.
And we're gonna get straight there right now, Shavonne. So I want to get straight into the story because we have 1 hour and I want to get straight into it, Shavonne. You are originally from Freeport, but you ended up here in Nassau. What brought you here?
Bad circumstances in Freeport. I was really spiraling out of control, so it was like I had hit rock bottom in Freeport. And I had so much stress and so much was weighing on me at the time. My friend told me to just pack up my stuff, and it's supposed to originally just be a break in Nassau. But I only had enough money to purchase a one-way ticket.
Wow.
So I was like, you know what, at this point, I don't have nothing to lose, because so much was going on in Freeport and I was living a really reckless life. So I purchased the one-way ticket, no plans, nowhere to stay. I ended up staying with my sister for a while over here. And then we eventually got put out in like the second night or so.
Why? I mean, that was, you just got put out.
Yeah, it was just for nothing, just random, you know? So I had just met this guy from the club. What was the club called? Downtown, the really popular one.
Anybody could help us, Kirby?
Is it Charlie's?
You're a photographer. Charlie's, 601 Charlie's. Yeah. Okay, that club. Right.
So I called up the dude I met in Charlie's, and you know, he got us this hotel room for about 3 nights. Then eventually, you know, that
you got thrown out of there
because I wasn't into nothing.
Right. Wow.
And from there, I spent a night with my friend. Then I moved in with some of my older friends I knew from Freeport, and that lasted 3 months, and then I got put out from there.
Why were you just getting put out all over the place? I mean, what did you have put me out, like written on you? You were just getting put out.
Yeah, like it was like I could not find stable ground in Nassau.
What was going through your head every time you were getting thrown out? What was going through your head?
To be honest, nothing. Like at that point in time, I was so much in the world. I kind of had like this carefree attitude and mindset about me. So it was just like, I'm gonna make it. One thing I knew was I wasn't going back to Freeport, because I felt like back there was worse than being place to place in Nassau.
Right.
That was my mindset. So I was just like, my whole thing was like this hustle mentality. Like, I just gotta find the next spot, you know?
Wow. And so the last place you were thrown out, you were with someone for 3 months.
Right.
And then what happened after that?
After that, well, first of all, I know a lot of that didn't work because of me. I was still in this partying wild girl lifestyle, and I was working 3 jobs at the time. So I was a Heineken girl actually, working on a bus.
All right.
Then I was working a bar job, and then I was also working at a gas station.
How did you do it?
I don't know.
Wow. And how long did that last?
A few months. Well, I ended up finding a little efficiency in Carmichael, and I stayed there for a while, and then my apartment became like the trap house.
Oh God, the trap house.
So I was just going from like.
Oh wow. So for the viewers, for the sake of the viewers who may not be aware of what a trap house is, just explain to them what a trap house is.
So like in the trap house, like that's where we would smoke all of our joints, get drunk. It was just like a chill scene. Everyone who was in our little clique, they knew that Shavonne house, that was the spot to come.
Was trap house.
Turn up.
Right. Wow. Someone, Katina, is saying that she loves your transformation pics.
Oh, thank
the
you.
Page had posted your transformation pics today, and she said she really loves those.
Thank you.
So you see that this is we will get there. We will get there now. So Shavonne, in the trap house, I mean, I'm smoking weed and just getting drunk. When did you realize that this needed to stop?
When I felt like I was gonna die. That a particular night, we were eating brownies, and we were smoking weed, and we were drinking. And to this day, I still don't know if I just overdosed or if something extra was added into it, but I have never experienced what I experienced before. Like, I started hallucinating.
Wow.
And my heart, you could literally see my heart beating out of my chest. And it was like, I was literally out of my mind, you know? And I thought I was gonna die. Like, I couldn't catch my breath. My mouth was extremely dry. Anybody know who overdosed on drugs, they would tell you like these symptoms, I'm not making this up.
Wow.
I started saying the sinner's prayer, my life started flashing before my eyes. They were on the way to take me to the hospital because I was like, I'm dying, literally. My heart was beating so fast. And I just remember in the car, ball up, and I just started saying the sinner's prayer. Like, that's all I...
Because this is my last breath.
Yeah, like, and my life flashed before my eyes, and I realized, wow, my mother is gonna know me to be the girl who died, like, on an overdose. Like, that was my thing. And I was just like, I can't believe this is how I'm going out, you know?
Right.
So that was, like, my wake-up call to, like, I gotta stop this. Like, I need to change, you know?
And so after that, so how did you clear up? I mean, like, did you just go through it? Or?
My sister was with me at the time, and she started speaking to me and really calming me down and telling me, like, I'm going to be okay. And, you know, I still didn't feel okay, but I trusted her. I felt like at that time, she, like, God just began speaking to her or something, because I feel like I was going to give myself a heart attack, you know.
Wow.
And as I calmed down, I was still high for 3 days, like, out of my mind. Like, I couldn't sleep. I was having, and then what made it worse was I went to the doctor to sleep for some pills to sleep. They gave me Xanax.
Oh God. Okay.
So I was on drugs and Xanax.
Wow.
And that should tell you in itself what I was going through. I was being tormented for about 3 months, like extreme anxiety, insomnia, hallucinations, these dark demonic dreams. I just remember one night I sat in my bathroom and I just was holding my head and I was like, God, please help me, because that's the only thing I had left from literally feeling like I was out of my mind.
Wow.
And nobody knew this. Like, I was battling within myself, going to work, trying to be normal, when I knew, like, within myself I felt crazy.
Wow. Wow. This is something else. Eunice is saying, only God. Everyone has a past. When we think about God goodness, we can only praise him. Makes you just want to go on your knees and cry. Yeah. Nails by Qtel says, God, anytime anything is unexplainable in your life and you don't understand, it's God. Eunice says, he saved you before it was too late. Now that's a blessing. I always get it wrong, Miss Cat. She said she just joined. Looking lovely, ladies. Thank you. And Juju was saying, wow. So let's just come back from the drug overdose. I know that you said that you were in school and you dropped out of school like 3 times.
Yeah.
Tell me your experience about dropping out of college 3 times.
So that would have started in Freeport.
Yes.
First of all, I was working a job where I was only making $150 a week, and I was trying to pay my way through school. So that in itself equals failure.
Yeah.
Because that couldn't add up. And then the second time in Freeport as well, I tried it again, And I ended up losing my job because both, there was this wife and this husband who owned this particular business, and they both were sexually harassing me. And I got to a point where it was so bad that, you know, I snapped, like I went to fight them.
Right.
So I ended up leaving that job, and the next job I went to was a person who was, you know, in ministry, who was like a spiritual person to me. I went to that job, and then they ended up sexually harassing me.
What was the thoughts going through your head at that point when someone now you would look up to in the spiritual light is now making sexual attempts at you? How did you feel?
At that point, I was just completely done, like destroyed in every way possible, because they assured me, like, I told them what I was running away from, and they assured me, like, well, you don't have to worry about this, you know. And the next thing I know, he's reaching out at my chest, you know.
Right.
And so at that point, I ended up leaving that place. So I didn't have a job, and I just started, that's where my spiral really started, from bad relationships. Well, I always have bad relationships, but I just got into it more because now at this point I'm not in school, I'm not working. Every job I went to, I experienced the same problems. My family, they started to suspect, like, well, you know, she's probably doing drugs, she's out of her mind. And I heard them discussing me, and so that was another breaking point for me when I overheard them. They didn't know I was home that morning, because I would usually come in the morning sometimes.
Wow.
So when I heard that, I was like, my life can't get any worse. And then the guy that I was dating at the time, we got into some problems with another female that he was dating, and they were trying to gang me, and it was just like, I need to get out of Freeport.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Yeah. You needed an escape.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's how I got my one-way ticket to Nassau.
So where was your mother in all of this?
She was in Freeport as well. She was like very concerned about me. She told me I was like her most problematic child.
Oh, Lord.
So you can imagine now, she just, every day she's just like, she's so proud, and
I know
she never thought it would be me.
I know, and a turnaround. I mean, like a whole turnaround. Oh my God, she must feel good.
Yeah, she
How
does.
many of you are there?
It's 5 of us.
And you happen to be
Smack in the middle.
Oh, in the middle, the middle child.
Problem child.
Oh. So they say, but wow. Katina says, you know your life has purpose when you overdose and survive. Katina says, sex demons. MJ says, all the things I've lost, I'm glad I didn't lose my mind. God turned it for you, Shavonne. Jewel is saying hello, and MJ says, can Shavonne speak a little louder, please? Okay, so we need you too, MJ, to check your mic, because we are up high, and Shavonne is speaking pretty high to me as well. So just check your mic, but Shavonne, you could bring the volume up just a little bit on your voice as well. So now we're in Nassau now, and so you graduated though after all that was. We're gonna be all over the place. After all that is said and done, you officially graduated. Was it this year?
It was this year.
And you graduated with what?
I graduated on President's List, top in my
President's List.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did you feel? I mean, just finally achieving something that you were really fighting for so long.
I posted that everywhere. I was like, I'm just gonna flood, because nobody understands how much this means to me.
That's right.
Like, I never thought I would finish school. I thought school wasn't for me. In fact, I thought I was dumb. I didn't even know I was smart, you know?
Wow.
Because I couldn't find my fit.
Yeah.
So when I decided to go with IT, it worked for me. I had tried business, you know, accounting, mass communication, just everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Shavonne, I just want to go right back to the job that you had with the spiritual person. How did you feel now, not say about the church, but if someone came to you at that particular point, trying to minister, or basically trying to just get you to that place, how did you feel? Like, were you willing to accept, or you were very reserved about it, like you had a hesitation about it?
To this day, I am still reserved about it. Like, I'm not comfortable with one-on-ones with persons. Not that I feel that they are going to do any harm to me, but it's just a personal issue that I have. Like, I can't control myself. I just automatically feel uneasy, or I would sit like all the way over here and have the conversation.
Oh wow.
Because it wasn't just one occasion that I experienced, you know, a spiritual person stepping out of line. So me personally, like, I am not comfortable being alone with certain people, like, well, anyone, to be honest.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Wow. Everyone is saying congratulations, Shavonne. MJ said, listen, it's your race. Once you finish is what matters. Congratulations. Make sure to keep me, you would, Christoph is controlling the cameras again. And I think I paused here, Christoph, so I won't be able to see. So Shavonne, let's talk about a mind-blowing experience that happened for you, from what I understood, on how you got your job. I want the people to understand how this happened for you. You got a job, but you didn't apply for this job. It just so happened. Tell us about that experience, because at some point now, you know, you got out of all of the overdose now has you in a different mindset, and you're saying that I know that it is more to life than this. And so now you end up with a job. Tell the viewers about this experience and how you got this job.
With BTC?
Yes, ma'am.
So with BTC, one of my friends told me to apply for a BTC Star Maker, and I was hesitant about it, and it was coming down to the deadline. Like, the deadline was 12 a.m. that night, and I made up my mind like 11:50 to put in my picture and apply for it. So I said, God, you know, if this is for me, let it go through, let it be successful. At that time, I was rocking this blonde short hair, boots and everything. Ooh. And I mean, at this time it was so big, so we had like hundreds of people from different islands trying to get on the show. But at that time, I was like, God works everything together for good. Because even though it was like a kind of, you know, not well maintained look, because I was different, I stood out amongst hundreds of persons, and I was selected to be on the show because I came there in boots, dress, blonde hair, like, you know, so there's like, she got plenty of personality, you know?
What were you going to do? I'm curious. What were you going to do? Sing?
No, they just wanted to bring somebody on who had personality. This one was all about showcasing originality and who you were. So at that time, a lot of persons came dressed like we were.
Okay.
And I came in there when I didn't know it was a dress code. I just was kind of ratchet. So I was like, I came there with some boots on, this black dress, blonde hair. When I saw everybody else, I was like, whoa, did I miss a memo? Everybody was so professional. So like,
you felt kind of like, I'm in the wrong place.
Right. I was like, okay, well, there's no way I'm going to get it. But that's exactly what landed me the spot on the show.
Wow.
Was just being who you were, being yourself.
Being yourself.
And after the show, I placed like third. I was very disappointed that I didn't win because at that time I wasn't working and it was a cash prize.
Yes.
But then I found out after, you know, meeting some connections there and landing the job, I found out if I had won, I wouldn't be able to get on another contract to work for BTC.
Wow.
So God just had it where I came close enough to, you know, get my face out there, get in with a couple of persons.
Yes.
And get the interview to get the job.
Wow. And you've been there ever since?
Ever since. That's my first stable job.
Wow. And how long has it been?
It's been going on 6 years.
Going on 6 years. So Shavonne, tell us, okay, everything is good now. Jesus Kid is saying that's his sister. Hey, shout out, this is your sister. You get out of everything now and you land a job. What was your biggest struggle? Because, you know, sometimes, you know, when your past life has already left you, it just presents itself again. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about everything that once was in your life. It tries to creep back in. What was your greatest challenge?
Well, it surely did creep its way back in.
Wow.
Even at that point, I still was in these horrible, messy relationships. I even smoked again.
Yeah.
I actually started doing the same things again.
Yeah, you see what I mean? And here it is now. You left. I mean, stability arrived.
Right.
But then you found yourself right back in the situation.
Right, well, because it's almost like even though God takes you out of a situation, it's your mind that has to be completely transformed.
Renewed, yes.
Because I still, even on being at BTC, helped me to grow myself.
Yes.
Because I started looking at the way everybody else was, and I was like, okay, maybe I should start doing my makeup or fix my hair like this, because I didn't know these things. I didn't grow up with my father. So my mom, there's 5 of us, so she was a single parent. She was always working. We grew up in the inner communities in Freeport, so nobody was there to teach us like how to be a lady, how to dress, how should we carry ourselves. We just grew up in a ghetto environment, so that's all I knew. So even when God puts you in a different environment, like I still need to be transformed.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So that was my process, like watching other people being in a professional environment for the first time, like my first stable job, because I moved from job to job.
Oh Lord, yeah, and this is what I'm saying, and that's why I asked you. That is why I asked you, you know, if there were any challenges, because I mean, every time you overcome something, I know the enemy is
It
so.
was something else. So when I finally felt like I got to a place where I started to groom myself, then it became a lot of envy and jealousy on the job. So it was like I still wasn't fitting in. So I just felt like at this stage in my life, when things started to get better, I still felt like I didn't belong. So it was like I was in this environment around these new professional people and still feeling like I'm not accepted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it was like at the same time, I'm not the old Shavonne.
Right.
But I don't recognize this new place. I don't really know how to adjust with these type of people. And,
So let me ask you something, Shavonne, because you were like in the trap house, and so I mean the rap music and the clubs and all of that stuff. What was your speech like? Like how did you talk? Because I know sometimes you know you're hearing everyone's wearing their heels, and you know they're just so, they call it bougie, and here it is, you're just so down to earth because you a girl from the inner city.
Yeah.
And so what was your speech like? Like when people spoke to you, did you have that professional deliverance, or were you just still rough at the edges?
I was rough around the edges. I found some old emails for me when I was emailing professional people, and I was like, hey, what's up? Like,
wow.
when I look back at it, I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
And I didn't know that and that's why I'm not hard on people. And I don't like people to bring people down, because you just don't know what you're doing. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that was professional. Like, I was saying, hey, how are you?
You just did not know.
Like, that was the way to greet someone professionally in my world. That's all I knew.
Yes.
So I absolutely hate when people make other persons feel uncomfortable because of their speech or how they write something. That's just as far as they know.
Yes.
And I only realize it now that I'm out of it.
Yes.
That why were you typing like that? Why were you in a professional email using broken English?
But guess what? I mean, like right now, you could appreciate the process, though. Tell no lie.
Oh,
I mean, you could appreciate to say, well, I've grown. And that's why I always tell people sometimes, you know, I want to see the rough edges. I need to be able to see where I came from. That's when you, that makes you want more. Like when you see, you be like, wow, I did that. Because like even sometimes we look back at our photos. You remember we exchanged our photos, and I was like, I thought I was real cute.
Listen.
Okay, I thought I was cute in them tights. You couldn't tell me. And so when you sent me your picture, you was like, and I was like, okay.
And I had to delete plenty.
No, me too. I had to do a whole, I mean, but it's so good to save them, because sometimes you need to just look back.
I did keep a few.
Wow.
But I went on a interview for a bank one time with like, I wouldn't even say what I was wearing because I don't want to offend anyone.
Oh my God.
Or my hairstyle and what it was. And now I see why I wasn't successful. And I think too, that's why a part of my vision, I want to expand it to help young ladies like me. That's why I go back to the inner communities now.
Yes.
Because you just don't know.
You just
and
don't
it's
know.
not their fault.
You're right.
You just don't know.
We're going to get there in a minute.
Yeah.
I just want to read a few comments. Jewel says, deliverance is important. So happy for you. Jesus Kid says, Shavonne, tell them your testimony. Start this live revival. Let them throw their own thought on themselves, followed in the living room under the presence. Well, so far we're going so good, because I know that someone is being blessed by the story so far. I mean, because this is something else. Sometimes, you know, you just don't know. And then people size you up.
Oh,
You know, they size you up. And, you know, I see where everywhere you went, it's just like, I don't belong here.
Right.
I don't belong here. But in all of this that has happened, you don't have to call names if you don't want to. I am sure that there were persons that uplift you, though. There were people that came in your life that were able to help you. Could you just share some experience on the importance of mentorship, or somebody just seeing something in you that you probably didn't see in yourself, and it just pushed you into purpose?
I don't, as far as I know now, and I could think of a recent experience that I had.
Yes.
Was attending this conference in April on my birthday, actually.
Wow.
And I spent my $500 I have for my birthday, and I went to this conference. And at this point, I was going through something as well, so I was kind of depressed. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some alcohol. I'm gonna live it up on my birthday.
Right.
You know?
So you already had this mindset.
Right.
In your
And I
head.
had the money there. I took the time off to do it. And the exact time I took off to do it was the time of the conference. So I was just like, you know, and God.
The alcohol, the
Yeah.
conference, the party, the
Right.
conference, right?
And God he was really pricking my heart to go to this conference. And I went to the conference. Long story short, I sold them my story and the organization. And in that moment, just from sharing my story alone, I said nothing about the organization. I got a sponsorship in that room alone for $3,000.
Wow.
On top of that, one of the guys said, whatever you pay for this conference, I'm going to give it back to you.
Wow.
Now, those same connections today, we are still in communication, we are still in contact, we are working together, and they saw something in me strictly by hearing my story and then still making a decision to say, I want to give back to someone.
Wow.
Like, going through what I went through, you would kind of be a negative person towards life and people in general. And I can't even begin to really dig deeper to tell you how many persons have betrayed me in life, how many persons have taken advantage of me ever since I was a child. You know, I can remember from I was like 7. I was like locked up in this bathroom with an older boy, and he wanted me to perform oral on him.
Wow.
And afterwards he went and he told everybody like I'm this nasty girl, and you know, and from then I think that scarred me into living a promiscuous life as I grew up, because at that age, you hearing these things, you begin that begins to shape your character. Like, okay, this is who I am, and you know, you weren't really given a choice.
Yeah.
To figure out who you should be, the type of woman you should be in life. So coming into the person that I am now, when I have so many people, so many women who just hate me or dislike me just because of the way I look, I'm like, if you
know where I've been and what happened to me.
Oh my God. And so I still feel like I'm stuck in this place where I don't fit with where God is taking me, but then I don't fit where I come from. It's like the people I'm coming into don't really accept me yet, and the people I left don't really accept me anymore, because you know, some persons, they kind of feel like, oh well, she didn't arrive, or she's this and she's that, so they make you feel uncomfortable.
Right.
You haven't changed, but they make you feel uncomfortable. Then the people you coming into is like, who's this new girl on the block? Because I'm still a little rough around the edges.
Wow.
You know, but that's the aspect I choose to keep, or realness I choose to keep, to just be myself, because I found that being myself is what got a lot of doors open for me.
Yes.
Even at the conference, when I just shared my story and I say, this is where I came from, this is who I was, it opened like big doors for me.
Wow.
Really big doors. And so I keep that side of me.
Of course.
I'm more refined.
Of course.
I still a little hood.
Still hood. Oh, you see that finger? Still a little hood. Just
a little sprinkle.
I like
and
that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Be the best you, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's just
I
me.
can't be you, Shavonne. I mean, and that's what people will appreciate about you, because if you lose everything, then you won't be able to relate to.
No.
We're going to get to it, to your foundation, because that's basically what you are doing today. But Jesus Kid says, I still got my rusty cutlass in my room to show me where I came from. I don't blame you. Everyone follow the We Life Foundation page. Yes, we're going to get there right now. Katina says, transformation. Man, I love it. Jesus says, man, bring me on for season 4. I got my testimony from the hoods to the pulpit. Yes, sir. You need to hit us up right after this show. Please hit us up and let's connect. Okay, so Christoph tell me he got you. Juju says, obedience. So happy you went to that conference. Nunes says, I could remember you at basketball games in Freeport. I always said you were so beautiful and had it together. I wanted to be like you.
Wow.
You see that?
Yeah.
All right. Hearing your story is life-changing. You see what is happening tonight. Always saw you at basketball games. A girl who never thought they fit in, just a hood, but somebody wanted to be like you.
Wow.
That's why it's so, you just don't know. Katina says obedience. Wow. Juju says, wow. Amazing how a false stigma can stay on you. Oh, wow. Thank God, Shavonne, you're an overcomer. Jesus Kid says, I love my big sister. Ain't no one could take advantage of her now. My cutlass rusty, but not broken. I love your spirit. Nuna says, seeing what God is doing is so amazing. This bringing tears to my eyes. Levanti says, yes, be the best you, because only you can be a perfect you. Katina says, these stories are so inspirational. This is why the process is so necessary to show others they can overcome.
And the thing is, too, is this now is God is finishing what he started.
Amen.
Because even in Freeport, I had a period where I was a Jesus freak, you know, and I was ministering on the corners. I would like to say that I was one of the first ones to start doing Facebook videos. I still have my old Facebook page as proof.
Wow.
And I was sending Facebook videos out, messages, and persons were extremely encouraged by it. I was on a roll. And then I fell. I was Madam Speaker of the House for Youth in Parliament back in 2007. I was the youngest president in Toastmasters history. And at that point, I felt like I was getting it together.
Yes.
And then I fell again. And I was always like, what is this? And
so it's like every time you went up,
I went back down. And worse than before.
Of course.
So at that point, I felt like my life was finished. Like I'm not bouncing back from this again. Like I was finally there.
Yes.
And God gave me a vision, and he said 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come nigh thee.
Yes.
And he showed me a vision so clear that he was gonna finish what he started. He showed me this 2 years ago, before I started the organization, before I was walking on this path. I saw the promises of God falling on me like raindrops.
Wow.
And tattooed on my face was, he who began a good work
Yes.
will bring it to completion. And so,
yes.
oh, I got emotional.
It's okay. It's okay, Shavonne.
Oh my
It's
God,
okay. That's okay. It's okay if you cry. It's okay.
Yes, so
It's
the
okay.
smallest things I appreciate today, just seeing the doors that God has opened for me, and just through service.
Yes.
It had nothing to do with me trying to become somebody that I wasn't. It was just all about me humbling myself,
Yes.
being obedient to God. A lot of money even come out of my pocket, genuinely, wholeheartedly giving back to people through this whole process.
Yes.
And because of that, God connected me with people. He upgraded me like never before. He connected me with persons of status out of the country.
I saw that. International people. I saw
people,
that.
all because of service.
Yes.
All because of choosing to work for him.
Yes.
And he promised me that if I work for him, if I continue to work for him and to be faithful, not that I'm perfect, because I let people know now I am perfect.
We are not perfect.
I do the most.
We are not perfect, and that's okay.
But I am faithful to God.
I believe
and
that.
what he tells me to do, instructions he gives me, and to
Yes.
his people, I'm faithful to that more than ever.
Wow, that is powerful. You know, Shavonne, I always tell people when they come on Faith Talk, they begin to get really teary. Don't feel like you're the first. You are not the first, and you won't be the last. If their tears may fall, let them fall. It's tears of joy, because what you're doing now is you're touching some things that you've really not this is really your first time really sharing it all. I mean, like I said, I only saw a snippet, and you said you took some down.
Yeah.
But what I saw was enough, to touch me. And so, I'm really blessed by you, Shavonne. Nuna says, yes, it's okay. I'm here crying with you. You see that? You're never alone and never will be. That's right. Cry if you must. It's your story.
Yeah.
And, I believe that everything you went through is for the Shavonne today, and it's for what you're doing today. But I want to get into some good stuff. The We Life Foundation. Tell us about the We Life Foundation, what it stands for, and how did you begin doing it, and what caused you to do it?
Honestly, at that point, once again, I was not a part of a church. I was always a spiritual person, prayerful, but I could never get my life together. I was always one foot in, one foot out. And literally in that same moment, I always tell people that purpose found me, because I wasn't looking for it. It was like God just interrupted my life, and it dropped in my spirit like, you need to go out into the community and you need to feed these people. And this is like a back to school thing that I did. And I shrugged it off, and then my friend hit me up and she was like, you remember when we wanted to go out into the community and feed people? And I was like, why did you say that?
Wow.
I was like, so I just did it, but I didn't do it as an organization. I was like, well, God probably just want me to do this. I was like, I could do that for God. No biggie. So he prospered my first initiative to go out into Beantown and do it. Like, I just started asking people on Facebook if they would help me out with this, and the response was amazing.
Wow.
That first event, we fed like almost over 200 persons, backpacks, gospel DJ, prayer, everything. And I did not have an organization. I didn't have a name.
You just was doing this.
I just was like, I just want to be a girl just doing something nice. And I don't remember who it was who was telling me, you need to put a name to this, like this is something good, And I was like, no, I don't want all of that. God just told me to do this, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then I went to a church, and my pastor at Impact Kingdom Christian Ministries, he prophesied to me, and he's like, he see a foundation. God said to go forward with it, and he's gonna bless it and what's not. So after that, I was like, okay, you want this to be a thing,
right? And you just want to do what God wants you to do.
Right.
So right.
I'm literally like this child when it comes to God. Like I'm just like that. The way I'm talking to you, I'm like, okay, you want this to be a thing? Like, okay, this is all right. So I went back into my old files from when I said I was a Jesus freak.
Yes.
And I had We Life from back then.
Are you serious?
Yes, I did. I went back into my old.
Wow.
And I started digging, because I was like, I remember I was planning something from like 10 years ago,
Isn't that amazing?
It's like I was planning something, so I pulled it back up, and We Life
was right there.
And I was like, we live in freedom everlasting.
Wow.
And based on my experience, I said, I want to set people free for real.
Yes.
I don't want them to be halfway in and out, because it's like you can have food and all these different things, and then your mind, you're battling up here.
Yes.
Or your soul. That's how it was for me. When it was in my mind, when I wasn't hungry, when I was on the street, always something. So I was like, I want to bring people into complete freedom.
Yes.
And so that's how the organization started, with me going from, and every time I say I'm not doing it again, it's like God will put the opportunity like right in my face.
And so how often do you do it? Because I try to keep up, but how often do you do it?
So it's been 2 years now.
I saw that you celebrated 2 years in Freeport.
Right. And we're going to Eleuthera December.
I saw
that. So this year alone would have been Exuma, Freeport, and then Eleuthera. Each event reached about 300 to 400 persons.
Wow.
Each event was between $5,000 and $6,000. So it was like, when I started calculating everything, I was like, in 1 year we raised over $15,000.
Wow.
And in 2 years we've had about 5 or 6 events, and I was like, and I'm a nobody. Like, I just came on the scene, like,
But you're just doing what God. So, in all of this, too, Shavonne, again, I'm going to purge this out of you, too. In all of this that is going on, the foundation, I'm sure that the enemy was telling you you're doing nonsense. I am sure that you had some challenges.
Of course.
Tell us about that.
Well, the first challenge was, I've never had an organization before. You already see in my past where I came from, so I don't know the first thing about an organization. So I was just doing things. I was literally just winging it.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
If
y'all like it, I love it. Because I don't know what I do with it.
Right. But you just was doing it.
I just was like,
I'm just feeding people.
Right. I just was focused. When God said go here, or I was just putting it out there. That's all I was doing. I wasn't really thinking about it so much. But at this point, now I'm getting more professional persons around me to assist me and really bringing it together and making it professional and showing me how to organize it.
Yes.
Like, I don't have when people come to me and they say, how did you start your organization? Can you tell me? I'm like, I just go on out there and do it.
Yes.
Like, I don't have no business plan and all this stuff. Some people be writing them for the longest. Like, Jesus
God told you to do it.
Yeah, Jesus just used to go from place to place and mash up the scene.
That's right.
Sit down, calculating. Well, first I'm gonna go to Cali and do this. And do that.
Right.
We spend so much time doing that. Like you sitting here today, it's just easy to just. This is what He gave you.
Yes.
Pull up the camera. Yes. Get your guests, and He leads you. And
He sure does.
Listen, if God tell you to do it, He's just leading me step by step. I'm not rushing it. One time I didn't do anything for about 7 months.
Yes.
And I didn't care because I was like, God ain't tell me nothing yet. So I don't let people out there rush me or tell me I need to feed 1,500 people at a time. No, if they tell me feed 200 over here, feed 300 there, that's how I'm doing. I'm moving at my own pace. And I just doing my thing.
Yeah. And that's the Lord tell you because, I was off Faith Talk for 7 months. And a lot of people were reaching out and saying, when is the show coming back? Like, why don't you come back? Yeah. And I had to clearly explain that you got to understand that I don't control what is going on. And if I come on this show and say, well, okay, get the team together, Christoph may not be able to record properly. The people may not be able to take. Something's gonna happen because it's not orchestrated. And so everything that I do, if the Lord say shut down, I shut down. If He say go on, go on. And it's the same way with the guests. He will have me strolling around and just say, get this person, get that person. I want to hear from this person. And even with the seasons, we are so amazed. The topics He chooses them, we are so amazed with how it operates. And so you got to really work. If He gave you that vision, you got to follow by Him. Because when you begin now to become fully yourself and you start doing it, you're not going to get the support that you need. You're not going to get, because what I see happening with you is major. I see the people sponsoring, the checks and the companies and the corporate businesses and the international people. That is amazing.
All of it is just, I don't know. And then it'll be some people that I used to walk with back in the day who worked for a certain place now, and it'd be like, we work here, because it's me, like it's my boy from back in the day.
Right.
So let all things work together.
It sure does. It sure does.
If I see someone who I used to roll with, blow with, drink with, or whatever, and all of our lives have now changed, but some people now in positions where they can say, this is my girl.
You just never know.
You just don't know. And it's like God has been connecting the dots, even in those places that were dark. Almost every person I used to roll with, I feel like have still benefited my life to some point degree today.
Of course.
And some people are like, how you know all these people? And I'm like, some people I literally just met. God, social media.
Yes, well, us, social media. I'm going to read right now. Let me catch up on these comments. Where did I leave off? These stories are so inspirational. Okay, we did that already. Jesus Kid says, oh Lord, revival done broke out. I sitting up on my floor. The Holy Ghost knocked me out now. He's killing me. Katina says, yes, man, it is truly emotional when we realize how God has kept us and He's transformed our lives. He is faithful. Juju say it's an awesome initiative. I appreciate this advice. Just do it. Katina says, look, I just heard this today in a message from Prophetess Mighty Knowledge. God will tell you what to do. He will guide you. Confirmation, man. Yes. Jesus Kid says, follow the We Life Foundation. He's just here promoting. We will definitely post to follow the We Life Foundation. Everybody, please follow that. That's a foundation that God has given Shavonne and is doing amazing work in the community. Amazing work. Talk to me, Shavonne. Support. Was there any time you expected support from certain people and you didn't get it? You know, like when you expect certain people to have your back, but then again, did that happen to you?
Yeah, as it grew, I realized I had to change my network, because initially it was so easy asking people on Facebook or, you know, within your inner circle and what's not. But after a while, when I guess a lot of people started to see this blossoming, that changed to a degree. It was like the support now became less, so God had to now shift where I was going. So I had to now start looking at corporate places, and I think even when he asked me to go to that conference, that was a major door. And I would tell people to invest in yourself in conferences. Man, they connect you with a lot of business-minded persons, you know. And so I had a lot of times, even with persons volunteering, where it was just me, sometimes lifting like all of these cases of things into my car and into my home and back and forth, and the rain would come down, and I would just be like this, like, God, I hope you see this. How determined and committed I am to get this done. You know, and that's the work that people don't see. Or even that conference, actually, when I got that sponsorship, I was $2,000 short for the event that I was planning in a few weeks. It was literally like maybe 2 weeks out.
Wow.
And I tell people every time I put out a flyer, I have no money.
That's faith. That's faith.
I'll be putting out these flyers and you'll see these events go out. I have no money. I could show you text when I asked my pastor, I was like, I don't know if I should do this. I have $0 right now in the business account. And he's like, go there, do it, you know, watch God.
But I see the flyers and then I see a successful event.
Always. But yeah, I don't have
no money.
To start out.
Wow.
The one
that is faith.
The fundraiser I did, I told every person who came out, I said, I want to raise $1,500 out here just by being out to Harbor Bay Fresh Market.
I saw that, yes.
So we raised $1,200 out there that day. Wow. People were dropping in hundreds, 50s, and I'm like,
wow.
So I was like, I'm gonna get God. I said $1,500, you know. So my sponsor from Atlanta, Tim Ray from the United Intentions Foundation, I told him the story, and he was like, well, we're supposed to be sponsoring you, right? He was like, I'm gonna give you the rest, and it was a little bit more than that. So
wow, this is oh, Shavonne, this is cool. Jesus Kid says, listen, when God tells you to do something, he has already provided for you. All he requires is your obedience. Nuna says, through God's grace, I will bless your foundation one day. I'm speaking it into existence. Oh, God bless your heart. Katina says, man, this message is on time. Yes, we will follow. This is so timely. Volunteers are welcome. Wow. So
yes,
you are in need of volunteers.
Always, yeah.
And what do you need the volunteers to do?
Fundraisers. Like, I like people out there just to assist with selling the cupcakes and soliciting funds. Or if you are, because now I'm going to different islands. God is moving me to take it to different islands. So that requires, if we could pull in the sponsorships, we could bring more volunteers along.
Yes.
But a lot of times, I've had amazing help and assistance from many persons, but of course, a lot of it falls on you.
Yes.
And so, but if I could have like a strong team, whereas everybody's pulling the same weight, we could really get this money together where we could have, you know, a few persons traveling to different islands to just, you know, get it done.
And I believe that this experience here on the couch is going to do that for you. I'll tell you a little quick story. There was a lady that sat on this couch. She literally did the same thing that you say you do. She put out a flyer, but she didn't put out a flyer. She came on the couch and she talked about something that she wanted to do, TLS services. And now she's soaring.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And she's traveling, and she has ambassadors on every island. I mean, something that just took place in March, because that is when she came on the show, in March, and she won these big youth awards, all the cups and all these plaques, and she's sitting there like, the award for me? But I mean, just what I'm saying. And she's saying, you know, I came on Faith Talk and I opened the door, I shared my story. Somebody listened, people listened, God honored that. And now she has the same thing you are talking about. You want to be able to touch the many islands.
Yeah.
You want to be able to, you won't have to go to all because you will have ambassadors doing the work. She has it. And I believe that the same thing will happen for you, because this here, Shavonne, is major, that you are sharing your story. A lot of people see you, but they don't know.
No.
They really don't know. You don't even look like anything you're talking about. I mean, you down to earth, Shavonne. I mean, Shavonne, you could tell Shavonne that, you know, but you know, you're real, and people give to you because they feel that. Like you can tell when someone's in it for the hype and when someone's in it for passion. And that's what I get from you.
Out of Atlanta said to me,
oh my God,
I'm doing this because you're a good soul, like you're genuine.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't see you.
Yes.
You know, but that's what he sees. Like he sees your soul and just who you are at your core. Honest, I am not a frenzy type of person. Like, I don't keep company. I'm very friendly, very down to earth. But my nature is shy and reserved, believe it or not.
So
like
so am I.
That's why I like you.
But I'm here. I'm talking to people that I don't know. But this is what happens when you have to do what you have to do. So volunteers are welcome. Jesus Kid says we want volunteers to volunteer money, time, or both.
Well, Jesus Kid always volunteers too.
Oh wow, he's a volunteer with you. Wow, that's powerful. Hey Sherelle and everyone else that is joining, thanks for joining us. So we are about to wrap up shortly, but I just want to hear a little bit more from Shavonne. So what touches you? I mean, after you've already done an amazing event and it comes off all well, and let's get to dealing with the children. How do you, what goes through your mind, Shavonne? I mean, you were once in their state. I mean, you were once, you know, I don't have this probably, or no one's, you know, you probably not like them, but basically, you know, this is why you're doing it, because you're from the inner city. How do you feel when you see the kids smile, the smile on their faces, and can I have that, and is this for me? How do you feel?
I always tell people, service and giving back, that's the best feeling in the world. So many persons today are out there searching for this natural peace and joy that I have now. Like, it's just so easy, and that's because I know that it's because I'm out there serving persons. That feeling is like no other feeling. Like, if you feel lost, if you feel confused, you feel broken, you feel hurt, you don't have enough, I always encourage people to come out there and, or not even that, but just find some aspect where you're doing something for someone else. Because I say, what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you.
Amen.
So if you putting a smile on someone else's face, he's gonna put a smile, an even bigger smile on your face.
Right.
This place that I'm in right now, this is the most seen that I have felt in years.
Because you smiling and you ain't stopped smiling yet, so I know this kind of smile only God can put it on
and
you.
And this is me when I get my element for real. Like, I was just telling my friend on the phone tonight, like, and this is just recently, as of like a few months, 2 months maybe, that this peace is on me like never before.
But I could see it.
I don't worry about anything. The beginning of this year, I was attacked in so many ways because I knew this end of this year was going to be a powerful year for me. The beginning of this year was horrible.
Wow.
I was sick for 3 months from January 1st.
Wow.
I had all sorts of spiritual attacks, sickness, insomnia, couldn't sleep. I actually found myself going by Maddie, not to church. I woke up 10 o'clock in the night. I said, I need help. Something just don't feel right. You know, like you could feel. And I walked straight up to the church. If anyone been there, they could tell you.
You went
It'll be
there.
crowded.
Was it this year?
It was this year, a Friday night.
Oh, well, I was not there, but that's my church. Shout out to Believers Faith. That's my church. A good church.
Know Friday night downstairs is already booked,
Oh,
right?
yeah. So you ended up upstairs.
I walked straight down to the front. I wasn't playing. I was
you just wanted to be there.
She needed to pray for me.
But the Lord will locate you in that. That place is an amazing place.
She located me that very night. I went straight up to the front, walked straight through like a boss, like, you know. And every attack that I was experienced, she called out, she prayed for me. This year, like, the attacks are so bad this year.
Praise God. You went to the right place. I am telling you. You went to the right place. I lived
like 2 minutes from the church. And I came up my bed just as I was sweating.
That's so, and see, this is real. This is real.
Right.
When you are desperate,
yes.
See, that is what, you know, I've had a similar experience. When you are desperate, you ain't checking about how you look. You will drag a pair of slippers and sweatpants. You go in because you know you need some help. And so, you know, that's when you receive your deliverance. A lot of times people believe that you the Lord don't go on the pity party. So you could be crying all you want and all that. You got to worship, you got to be desperate, you got to say, you got to believe that you're going to get it. And if you believe that, trust me, the Spirit of the Lord will locate you.
Yes.
And it's a good, I hope you keep coming back, Shavonne. I hope you keep coming back. Come back. That's a good place. I love my church. It's a good place, and I love my pastors. It's a really, really good place to be. Katina says, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the power of our testimony. It truly opens greater doors. God gets the glory out of all of this. Sherelle says, amen. Eunice says, amen. Jesus Kid says, I ain't no volunteer. I'm a part of the We Life Foundation. Don't downgrade me like that. Okay, you're part of the We Life Foundation, and I want, when you come on the show, you talk more about the We Life Foundation. Katina says, my God, your spirit is beautiful, Shavonne. Yes, Believers Faith. I'm telling you, Lord, I got plenty of my church members here tonight too. Believers Faith in the house. Just Kid says, y'all see how she downgraded me? Lord, I need your touch. You need to come on down to my church and you will feel the presence of God. But yeah, so Shavonne, you're out there and you're doing really, really great things. I mean, I watch you, and the last thing I want to showcase before we leave, I saw where a lady that I really like. I really like this lady. I like her fashion. I like her flair. I like the fact that she's an apostle. I like all of that. That she found you and she honored you on is it baby doll? Her name is Apostle Regina Martin. I like her.
I love her.
I like her because she's down to earth. She's real.
Her.
She has a story. And you know, I'm praying that people like her, the Lord even locate the show, like this show is even sifted through them, because these women, I saw her story, and you know, she's that real down to earth. She knows the word of the Lord, and she always say, you don't know my story, and like her dress code, like the way that she, oh my God, the baby doll dress and all of that.
I admire her so much.
It makes you relate, because you're like, you know, I like the fact that, you know, I could be saved, I could still be fashionable, you know, I understand this, and she honored you. How did it feel to be on that flyer and to be located by this woman? What happened with
that was she came down to our church twice to minister, I think different years.
Okay.
Once was earlier this year and last year, I think. And from then, I added her on Facebook, but she didn't add me yet. And I ain't gonna lie, I sent her friend requests a million times because I just wanted to connect with her so bad. Like my spirit, I never do that, but I was like, she gonna accept me till I annoy her. Yes,
so you just keep sending requests. Oh Lord.
She finally accepted my request and we connected. We chatted briefly through Messenger, and after that I signed up for her baby doll network. It's a private network thing that she had. Once again, that was an investment that I made because I was like, I want to be connected to this lady. Like, I'm gonna get into a circle. And
she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's a beautiful soul.
She's beautiful. And
from then, but us being connected through Facebook, she saw the work that I was doing, and you know, she spoke into my life a few times about it even, and where she saw God taking me. But I knew that I just had to be connected. One thing with me, like if God tells me something or something in my spirit, then that's when the old Shavonne can kick in, because we can connect.
Yeah, you gotta get this.
Or I come to this church and you can deliver me.
Yes. And you get it.
Yeah, and you do get it like that. Like that's when that other side of me kicks in, I guess, because naturally I'm shy.
The aggressiveness comes in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that, especially when you want what you want. You know, and you gotta get it.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. You said you reached out to her on Facebook and you wrote her and she wrote you back.
She did.
That is amazing. That is you know, sometimes most people don't write back.
No.
And that's personal when someone's going to take the time. And I noticed that too about her. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but when I noticed that she would support so many people.
Like if you comment, she would respond to
I saw that because my beautician had posted something and she wrote her back and said, thank you, baby doll. And I thought that was so amazing that she's personable, because I saw a guy, he said that, my husband was telling me the story. He said that as much followers as he has, he takes one day out of each week to respond to everybody. Yeah. He doesn't want an assistant to respond. He wants to respond. He wants that personal touch. And I think that is so amazing.
It really is.
Wow.
Now, I mean, she's really, you know, so the messages, she won't do that anymore. But
course,
yeah, because it. But hey, that's why you gotta be quick. You know,
And that's okay. But she showcased you on a flyer.
On a flyer.
And I was so amazed by that. I was like, go, Shavonne, go.
I didn't think that. I was shocked.
You never know who's watching.
Right. And I always feel like certain things aren't going to happen. I struggle with a lot of doubt.
Oh, we will come right back. We're counting down. We will come right back. And people were actually writing. So please join us back. We're signing down. Be back. Okay, wow. It's signing out. Okay, so everyone is coming back in and we are wrapping up with Shavonne. Thank you. If you have any final remarks, please send them in so that I can read them off to Shavonne because we're about to wrap up. We're still in our hour frame because we started 10 minutes after the time. All right. So when you saw yourself on that flyer, we're wrapping up now. What came to your mind? Like, wow. Like,
that was one of those moments, like, anytime God does anything like that for me, I'm like, this is actually happening. Like, I can't even believe it. It always makes me feel really emotional because my life has always been so up and down. I kind of always feel like I'm not going to get something or it's not going to work out for me. So recently when I saw, like, everything just working, I'm just like, am I in the season finally? Like,
yes.
Am I finally here? Like, in this place where perpetual blessings, you know, or you're finally being honored or favored, you know, finally coming out of that dark season, that place of instability. And so every time I see a flyer with my face on it, anything, and that's from big person to small person, I'm grateful for it because I know where I came from. And I always feel like it's not going to happen for me. So the mere fact that people tell me I'm an inspiration, in my mind, I'm like, huh? Like, when did I become an inspiration?
But you are. And even before you were We Life, even before you were BTC, even before someone said that, they admired you. Even in the state that you were in. It is amazing. It is. I remember someone told me, I'm going to read that right now. I remember someone said that they always admired me. And I was like, what? Like, you serious? Like, I was a mess? Like, and she was like, I just always thought your clothes was right. I was like, no, ma'am, you did not think that. But it's okay. If you want, that's fine. I appreciate you, but something wasn't right. You know, because I was a mess at one point too. You know, I was a mess. And so even in the state that you were in, like I say, somebody still sees the good in you.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I believe that we should always walk in a certain light but be yourself. I mean, and be true to self. That is what sells, being true.
Yes.
You know, and no fake, being true.
I told people at that conference, the first time I only sold the organization, nobody sponsored me. The second time God told me to share my testimony, the room lit up.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I always tell people now, forget like the whole your service or whatever you're doing. You need to tell your story.
People want to know, like, how did you get here?
Right.
Like, what was your struggles? Because, you know, some people be like, you don't know my struggle or what I've been through, but you got to share it. But a lot of people are afraid. And you know why they're afraid? They're like, you know, if I share it, how are they going to look at me? You know, I remember Michael last week, she talked about it. And she said one of the things that kept her back was, you know, character. Like, how could she share this? And now, you know, what are the people going to say? But then she understood that, you know, I got to break free from this.
That's how I feel.
I got to break free from this. And she did. I think she really let it all out on last week. And that was a blessing. It was amazing. And so let me read the last few comments to you, Shavonne. Make sure if you have any questions for Shavonne, send them through before we wrap up. Raquel says, you're doing an amazing job, Shavonne. And I'm so proud of you. Continue to do great things for God. Nails by Q-Tel says, amazing God. Katina says, I must say this testimony tonight was so on point and on time. I was truly touched and inspired, and I appreciate so much you selflessly sharing your story. I will definitely be following the We Life and keep up with what God is doing through you. Raquel says, you have to be relevant and relatable in today's society. Man, this good man. Am I saying that right?
You gotta have dialect when you say that.
Yeah. Q-Tel says, when a diamond is found for the first time, its brilliance is beneath the dirt. And then, once clean, buffed, and shine, Finish for us, Q-Tel, because you're preaching here. Q-Tel is usually, and then once it is shined, beauty and purpose is revealed. Amen. That is so true. That is so true. Newness says, thanks for uplifting my spirit. Jesus Kid says, I have a question. Ask her if she can come by me for lunch. Come buy me lunch tomorrow. Wow. It was so good tonight having everyone here. Q-Tel, thank you so much. Q-Tel is always so inspirational on her live feeds. Do you know Q-Tel? She's in Freeport.
I don't know.
But she's rapping here tonight for Freeport. You should follow Q-Tel. Her lives her lives are really powerful on faith, actually on Instagram Live, and she talks about real life situations, and I think and real talk. I think you would really relate to her because she's like, she give it how it comes. She's like, be real and keep it real, and so sometimes I pop in and I watch Q-Tel. So before we wrap up, I usually do this. I want you to encourage somebody out there that is listening tonight that may have been in the same place that you were in. Giving them hope and some encouragement. I mean, someone here needs to hear some closing remarks from you. So,
well, definitely as God leads me, just because of my personal experience, I know that there are going to be people who's watching whose life is, not perfect and it's inconsistent, and you have to be okay with that. I really like to recognize myself as a believer because I know, I tell people, like, coming into this walk and all of this attention and spotlight, if you want to put me up on a pedestal, know that I'm going to be imperfect. Like, I'm going to make I still make dumb decisions. But you have to be okay with that. You have to know that there's no condemnation. Don't beat yourself up about it. As long as you're faithful to God and you're faithful to the call on your life, He will finish what he started. He will bring you out in His timing, not your timing. So many times I tried to stop something on my own. I tried to stop drinking on my own, tried to stop smoking. Like, you're just trying to be this perfect person because religion and church tells you, like, you can't do this. And so you are trying to be in control of when you're going to quit or when you're going to stop. And at this point right now, allowing God to take control, allowing Him to deliver me in His season and His set time. It's so effortlessly now. I find myself being more consistent without even knowing when a shift really occurred in my life. So I'm not fighting myself to get out of bad relationships now. I'm not forcing myself to come out of them. I just came out. And I don't know when it happened. I'm not forcing myself to not drink or to not want to be certain places. It's just happening naturally. So I would encourage people, like, no matter where you are in your walk or in life, just continue to be prayerful, continue to answer the call, whatever it is that God tells you to do. No matter where you are in life, just do it. Do not live by the agenda of man and the way man tells you that you have to do things or in their timing. Live on God's time and God's purpose and God's way. Not religion way, not man's way. Live God's way and what He, develop a personal relationship with Him and what He tells you to do and how He tells you to do it. And He's going to bring you out in His time, the way He wants to do it. And you're going to really experience a natural flow. I always say, when God say my burden is light, I was like, well, why does trying to live for you feel so hard? And that's because we're trying to do it the religious way. So now this walk for me feels so easy. This is the type of freedom that I want people to experience it. So that's all I would say to you guys tonight.
Wow, that is powerful, Shavonne. And that's you. You're a natural. That is you. Last comments I'm going to read off. Q-Tel says, blessings. Jesus Kid says, listen, I was a part of the show tonight and I love your dresses. Thank you. Levante says, yes. Philippa says, so upset I missed the beginning of the live. That's okay, because this show is going to be reposted on our YouTube channel, so you will get an opportunity to rewatch the beginning in the comfort of your home, and you're going to still feel a part of the show because that's how God presents this show. Even watching it on YouTube, it's so interactive. It feels like you are a part of the session. Jesus Kid says, where y'all ever buy the clothes from? But we didn't set this up, so I don't know where Shavonne, I think Jesus set this up tonight. Q-Tel says, Shavonne, may you continue to walk in your evolving purpose. And may the peace, grace, and favor of God always be upon you. Levante said, great words of encouragement, Shavonne. Katina says, powerful. Hey, baby, I'm wrapping up now. My husband is here. Thanks for joining. But however, Shavonne, I really want to thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for even meeting me. Thank you for even speaking to me. And I mean, I told you to pray about it, and the Lord released you to come on the show, and I appreciate the connection.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. You're very passionate. You're a beautiful person.
Thank you.
Inside and out. You're real, even though you got the little, that's okay. Yeah. That's you, and that's what I appreciate about you. And know that we are all imperfect. We are not perfect people. We're not perfect beings. We just gotta continue on doing what God wants us to do. So you just keep on keeping on. I'm gonna follow the We Life Foundation. Hopefully one day I could put on a shirt and come out there. Yeah. I love to do things for that too, and support you. I will be staying in contact with you. For all the viewers that joined us tonight, I will be posting images and a little bit about what took place tonight. Of course, this show will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, so please subscribe to the channel so you can receive notifications of the past shows, and you can even catch up on previous shows. This is the end of Faith Talk for 2018, season 3. We are done. My team is in the back just shouting because they are so happy. They are so happy, and guess what? This is the shortest season that we have ever had. But
yeah, I saw you on more.
Yeah, but this is the shortest season, but they're tired. So we thank God. We thank God. But this is the last, and we understand why God named it the bloom, because all of the ladies that sat on this chair are just blossoming. They are flowers. They are blossoming, and I cannot wait to bring them all back for a Faith Talk reunion. Could you imagine the 3 women that came on this season all together on one couch in one night? We're going to be blown away. It's going to be amazing. And I know that they all together have a purpose together. I don't know what it is, but I know that you do, because all have similar things going on. And I pray that you all connect at some point. Good night and be blessed. Yes, thank you, everyone. Just before I close out, I just want to thank my team at the back. I have Deval Kirby on the photography, Exposure to Photography 242. Please follow him. He's doing some amazing work just back from Canada. He's new to the team, not new with me, but new to the Faith team. So good to have him. And Christoph, Church Boy Photography and Production. Everyone know Christoph. He does all of my flyers, all of my YouTube work. He manages everything for me, all right? So I'm so blessed to have him. Cody of Glow and Glamour on the beat on my face. She really told me that this was the most powerful look she has ever given me. She's not here tonight, but she told me that. God bless you, Cody. Thank you so much. To my hairstylist, Nell Oliver, she is indeed the best. She gave me a wet look tonight, and I really like it. Shout out to Old Navy for the dress, I think. Old Navy for the dress here. And Shavonne looks extremely stunning. I mean, she looks extremely stunning tonight. And so God really did it for us. So I want to thank everyone. Big up the Church Boy. And Cody's there with all the hearts. Yeah, Cody, you really got me going tonight, honey. You did a good job. This was indeed the powerful face, a powerful face. But please follow my team in the back. Get their services. So I guarantee you that you will be blessed. But I just want to thank everyone that has been so consistent with Faith Talk, for your encouraging words, for hitting me up on the side and just encouraging me to keep pressing on your words. I really appreciate the prayers. I appreciate you all. There's no Faith Talk without you. You make it all possible. You know, you encourage the guests, and they really appreciate that as well. So God bless you until 2019, God's Fair Life. I want to wish everyone a happy holidays, a safe holidays. And let's remember the reason for the season, you know, the birth of Jesus Christ, why he came, why he died. And let's just develop a relationship with him. More importantly, let's end this year strong. No matter how you began, it's the way that we're going to finish. And we know that when we reach in 2019, it's going to be the most powerful year. You got to decree and declare it over your life that it's going to be the most powerful year that you would ever live. So God bless everyone. God bless everyone. Be safe. Happy holidays. God bless you. Good night. Good night.